in this channel about how I used to be morbidly obese, obviously, but I don't necessarily get into all the topics as to how I went from being morbidly obese to losing a significant amount of weight. So, this video is going to talk a lot about what I personally did to lose weight. This is a video aimed at only losing weight. This is a video at losing weight and then also gaining muscle in return. So, originally, like I said, I was 220 pounds at 15. Okay, the first thing you need to understand is that the first 10 to at most 20 pounds, you're not going to notice that much progress, like at all, period. Because what you're going to not understand is that a lot of that initial weight that you lose is normally going to be water weight. And you're going to be upset because you're going to look at the scale and you're going to be like, okay, well, I've lost like over 10 pounds, but I look the exact same. It's because water weight does not work the same way as actually losing fat. So fat is obviously it's fat, and fat has about 3,000 calories inside of it. That's how much it's worth. To actually be able to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. So if you don't know what a calorie deficit is, a calorie deficit is essentially eating less than how much you burn. So realistically, the easiest advice that I could tell you right now is eat less and work out more. I wish I would have known that earlier because I kept making all these complications, believing that I had to do all these sorts of things just to lose weight. No, it literally just comes down to eating less and then working out more. That's all it is. That's all there really is to it. Now, it's a lot more complex because you don't want to lose too much fat to where you don't want to lose too much to where you start to lose muscle, and you don't want to overtrain yourself so you feel tired all the time. So this video is to actually tell you about how to actually lose weight. So, of course, I was 15 at the time, but my entire life I was morbidly obese. I had a really, really slow metabolism, so anything I ate would take forever to come out of me. The way I actually helped that came down to just a few things. And if you're actually watching this and you're actually using what I'm saying, then you have no excuse. Because I was fat. I'm I'm 50 pounds lighter than I was before. I was morbidly obese. You have no excuse. So first thing, before I tell you anything else in this video, I want you to first understand that you hold yourself accountable. And after this video, I'd like you to go watch another video I made on how to win 2024 because the stuff I talk about in there is equally as important as the stuff I'm talking about in here. Because think of these two videos as like your building block, your building block, your structure for actually losing your weight and keeping it off. So, first of all, I was 220 and it was around I guess you could say about like spring of 2022 because that's whenever I first really started working out, winter to spring of 2022. I was trying to lose weight, and so originally I did what a lot of people encourage you to do, which is to do cardio. I did HIIT training, which is high intensity cardio, and then I did cardio like running and then sprinting, which sprinting really helped me out later on. So I would like run like almost 5 times a week, and I would do HIIT training. I didn't really do much of lifting at that point. It was literally just cardio, cardio, cardio. And it took me about 6 months, I'd say, for me to actually get under 200. Well, maybe 5 months, 4 to 5 months to get under 200. Because when I came back to the school year, I was around 190. And from that, the things that actually helped me like lose weight more was not only obviously you could eating less than how much you burn, like you burn more calories than you eat. Obviously, that makes sense. But it's another thing that if you seriously, because if you're somebody who was fat, then realistically you probably don't want to be like a scrawny little person. You probably want to have a good amount of muscle on you. I'm hoping if you're watching this, you want to be like actually in good shape instead of just going from being fat to being skinny. Wow, now you're in another box that you're going to feel terrible in. So what we want to do is we want to hit a median where you're kind of built, but you're not too fat and you're not too skinny. So obviously, one of the most important things is to start lifting weights. Start lifting weights. If you don't have weights, do push-ups, do pull-ups, do some calisthenics at home. You don't have an excuse. You can do it. Don't make the excuse that I made and that so many other people make, that we just don't have enough time. We won't be able to do this because you really trust me when I say, like, nobody has enough time. Nobody. Everybody always feels like they're running out of time. But you know what? Somehow that entrepreneur and that really successful people, like really successful people in their business and their fitness and life in general, they make time. Let's think about it. You make time to play video games, to look at your phone. You have enough time. You just choose not to. It requires discipline. Actually do these things when really you don't feel like it. You want to just spend your time on your phone or laying down. Instead, actually spend it because on actually trying to improve yourself, because if you're watching this, then you probably seriously are like in a rut trying to lose weight. Don't lie to yourself. You're probably seriously like in a rut and you've been watching a lot of these videos trying to figure out how can I lose weight, but you haven't lost any because you continue to make excuses, or oh, I don't have enough time, or oh, this program's not going to work with me. Dude, stop worrying about the damn program and just stick to something. I'm telling you what I did. What I did to lose weight. I did to lose all that weight. Like, okay, my past self looked like he ate me. That's how fat I was. I I was somebody who genuinely thought I was just going to be fat my entire life and that there was nothing to do about it. But whenever I started taking more accountability and I started just genuinely, I started eating less and I started moving more. I started to stop making excuses because, dog, you have enough time to burn calories. You have no excuse. You have enough time to actually like, and don't say like healthy food is really expensive and stuff. You just don't know like what to find. You don't know what to actually buy. So I'm gonna tell you, my diet consisted of, while I was in that period of trying to constantly lose weight. Right now, I'm trying to bulk. I ate a lot of chicken breast, I ate chicken breast, rice. I ate some fruits, like mostly apples, oranges, and blueberries. And then I ate vegetables, like it was mostly just beans, carrots, like just I made a video talking about the perfect diet. You can just go look at that if you want like a more detailed, like what a list of like the stuff that you should eat. Point is, I mostly ate like meats, I eat carbs and carbs from fruits and then rice and potatoes, and then I also eat vegetables, for nutrients and stuff. I really think the biggest part that really led to my success for overall losing weight was not exactly me changing programs, and not exactly me trying constantly to figure out what to do, but it simply came to the fact that I just stayed consistent with the things I was doing. And I actually visualized, like, this is going to sound silly. Then this will probably help you out a lot, is like every day, like, even though like I had like a fat gut and I like had a double chin and stuff, and I just like was really fat, I would just visualize myself like feeling good about like taking my shirt off, feeling good about actually going to the gym and working out, feeling good just being around people. Like, I think that's something that people don't really understand, is they don't really have a trajectory. They just say, "Oh, I want to lose weight." Well, okay, shit. I mean, how much weight do you want to lose? What do you want to look like? Do you want that weight? Do you want that fat to turn into muscle, or do you just want to be way less? Pe- People a lot of the times just have like no direction in what they want to do. Now, before that makes you scared and you're like, oh, well, I don't know about the direction, literally just think to yourself, what is something I seriously would, what would I seriously want to look like? You want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose? You want to be muscular? You want to be in shape to train for a sport or to join an army or whatnot? Just think to yourself, like, imagine What is some what look let's imagine myself. How would I want to look like? Another big part when it comes to trying to lose weight is simply anybody can lose weight. Like seriously, anybody can lose weight. The hardest part is actually staying consistent with it because what you're going to want to do is whenever you finally lose weight, you're going to feel like, oh, I did it. And then you're going to go back and binge eat. You're going to go back and sit on the couch and watch videos and like play video games. You're just going to go back into those old habits. If you're somebody who seriously like cares about yourself, if you're somebody who actually like wants to live an actually decent life, then you got to understand that this isn't just a period of your life. It's going to be a lifestyle. I don't go back and I don't go eat the foods that I ate before just because I'm way smaller than I was now. No, it's a continuous lifestyle that I'm going to implement the rest of my life because I don't want to go back to that dark place that I was in. And I'm sure you don't want to either. You're probably watching this because you don't want to be in the dark place that you're in or you were in. Let me tell you that like if you just stay consistent with it and actually like genuinely push yourself because it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, you wouldn't be fat. Let's think about it. So the only thing that you can do to actually lose weight and gain muscle is you actually have to push yourself. There's going to be days where you feel like you're working like a dog because that's what it requires. You wouldn't be watching this if you had the answers and you were losing weight, would you? There's going to be days where you're going to work like a dog. You're going to go to sleep. And you're going to feel tired. You're going to wake up and you don't want to go hit that workout. You're going to wake up and you want to go. You're going to want to go eat that cake. You're going to want to go eat those foods you ate before that made you fat. Why? I thought you wanted to lose weight. Whatever happened to that drive that you had? That drive, that drive that you want to look better. You want to be able to fit in that t-shirt better. Dude, you can't get there without struggling. And if you're letting this little small stone in the road get to you, then I'm sorry to tell you that it's going to be a really tough journey ahead of you. That's how normal people act. That's why so many people in our society are so fat. They give in. It's so easy. It's easy to be fat. It's not easy to be in shape. That's simply how it is. I don't make the rules. Neither do any of us. That's just how it is. We live in really easy times where it's easy to be fat and it's easy to go eating fast food. So before you so before you tell yourself that, oh, I think I'll try it this time, I'll try it that time, stop waiting. Stop waiting for one day and make today day one. Stop waiting for that day for everything to go right. Listen, you're gonna wake up on days and you're gonna feel terrible. You're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna want to not do your exercises. You're gonna want to eat those foods. But these days are the ones that actually make the difference. You ever heard of the 80/20 rule? That 80% of your outcome comes from 20, okay, 80% of your income comes from 20% of your outcome. Those days can really be that 20% that gets you to that goal, that gets you to not being in that rut that you were in, to feeling better about yourself. You want that, don't you? Like seriously, bro, me talking about it probably makes you feel some certain way because you seriously want that. You're gonna wake up days and you're not gonna feel like it. That's a given. There's nothing you can do about it. But it's from actually continuing. And man, you're probably gonna on those days you're probably gonna go to the gym and you're probably gonna do a terrible or you're probably gonna do a terrible workout. Sometimes those are the best workouts. But sometimes you're gonna go to the gym and you're just gonna have an awful workout and you're gonna feel like I don't really feel like I did that well. So what? It doesn't matter. You went out there and tried. Don't give up. Do not. Like If you want to be normal, if you want to go back to living that bummy life of being a fat piece of shit, then go ahead. It's easy. You can live your entire life like that, and you won't have to worry about fighting against your brain at all. But you're gonna have to fight against yourself, knowing the fact that you could have had success, while while you were like sitting down, sitting on your butt, on your bum, trying to like I don't know, play video games or watch a video while you gave up, while you gave in to your urges and your brain. Someone else has gotten the success that you wanted. Imagine it's a race and you're going up into the race and you just kind of give up halfway because you feel tired. Every runner knows that after you get over that first stride, that first time, that first moment of where you feel tired, right after that, that's whenever you get the runner's high. Let's think about it. Are you going to stop while that other person keeps pushing and they get what you want, and then you look while you're scrolling and you see a picture of them, and you see how much weight they have lost? That makes you feel a certain way, doesn't it? I know this because I was in the same position. I stopped in the middle of the road, and then all of a sudden I saw my friends around me. They got what I wanted. They got in shape. You know what that does to you? But don't feel bad for yourself because you decided to stop in the middle of the road. But there's going to be times where that's going to happen, inevitably. It's about picking yourself back up and going back into the race. Losing fat consists of really basic things. Going in a calorie deficit, eating less than what you burn. You can track your calories in like my fitness pal, or any app you want to use, or you can just track it yourself. That's what I did. I tracked my calories. I would eat a good amount of protein. Eat protein. Just eat, like, okay, forget about like all these things that people say. Just if you really want to eat protein and you really want to eat well, imagine eating like a hunter. Eat like you eat like your life depends on it. Eat like the food you eat is fuel and not pleasure. You have to eat meats, eat dairy, eat these like foods that are gonna fuel you for your workouts. They're gonna fuel you to lose weight. Your body will have no choice. Nobody has ever just gotten really fat from only eating whole foods. Have you ever met anybody who has been fat when all they eat is just whole foods? No, because that doesn't happen. So another thing, eat a lot of protein. When you're eating carbs, be conscious of the carbs you eat. Are they processed? Are they carbs that people have messed up a lot? Think of it like bread. Like really find like the right kind of bread because bread can be really messed up. Obviously, don't eat lots of sugar and candy. It's not good for you. We all know this. Start to sleep better. You have to start sleeping better because that's when your body rests, and that's when you can actually help break down the fat, and you actually burn calories while you sleep. Sleep as much as you possibly can. This is really important. And like I said, if you want to try to, and this is something that I learned later on. I actually learned this from David Goggins, is if you want to lose fat while also preventing a lot of those like stretch marks, you have to build muscle while you're losing fat. So this could be literally lifting weights while you're losing fat. And really, like, that's all it comes down to is eat less than you burn, start lifting weights, eat good protein, watch the carbs, and fats, just be really careful with the fats. Obviously, like I said, instead of me breaking down like what you should and should not eat, literally just think about it. Eating whole foods, eating the foods, okay, so like let's say you have French fries, right? Where do French fries come from? What's the first ingredient they come from? Potatoes. Start eating just potatoes. Potatoes are one ingredient, and you're not gonna get fat from just eating potatoes. Think of, I don't know, let's think of chicken. Let's think of a chicken sandwich. What's the number one ingredient from it? Chicken. Instead of frying it and putting in all this batter, just go get chicken and learn how to season it. Listen, a lot of people are just late. A lot of people that I see, it's not a matter of that they don't know what to eat. They're just too lazy to want to cook it. Listen, start learning how to meal prep. If there's something you care about, you should take the time and actually meal prep. Imagine how much more simple it would be. You might even save some money from just meal prepping because you buy a thing of chicken breast and you cook it, and then you have chicken breast you're going to eat for the whole week, and you get it with rice. Think about it. It's not that hard. The biggest problem is not a matter of you don't know what to do. Because if you're watching this, you've probably scrolled it quite a bit, and you probably have a general conception of what you should do and what you should not do. So you probably know what to do. You just don't you just don't believe in yourself. Like, honestly, if you're watching this, then you probably seriously are tired of being fat. You're probably seriously tired of waking up every day and feeling uncomfortable to take your shirt off and feeling uncomfortable to be in your own skin. Let me tell you, you're making the right step from watching this. You're making the right steps to actually getting closer to your goals. And I'll tell you this is that the things that you're doing, the things you're filling your life around with right now are probably not helping you. They're probably not helping you. And think about it, like hanging out with those fat friends who always eat these really bad foods is probably not good for you, is it? I mean, let's be honest here, is that you're probably fat because of the people around you. You're probably fat because of the place that you live. Take a look back, take a step back and think about why you're fat and look at it and think, what can I change? What can I honestly change? You can change the people you hang around. You can change the food you put in your body. You have these choices. It's all up to you. Accountability. I make videos here to help you on this journey. On this journey of whether it be losing weight or putting on muscle, whatever it may be. I'm here to help you because I'm not just going to tell you about the foods you should and should not eat. Obviously, I'm going to talk about that. Of course, I'm not making a fitness channel to just not talk about that. But really what we're trying to talk about here is seriously holding yourself accountable and the things that seriously help you not only get to your goals but maintain them. That's what we're here for. We all want to feel better. We all want to feel good about ourselves. It's all about actually taking responsibility and accountability in what you're doing. That's all I have for you boys. So, and you can actually look if you want a one-on-one call with me to help you out with designing your fitness and also your dieting. You can check the description, and then I have a link for you guys, and we can book a sales call. That's all I have for you boys.